Aligning your spine, making sure the back of your neck is long, your jaw is relaxed, and those breaths move both the belly and the chest. In the first few breaths of any practice, we allow the exhales to take away anything in excess or anything unwanted. And we make room for what we do want. And we start to make those inhales intentional, bringing us what we need and filling our body with softness and ease. Let's take one more full and deep breath in and out, filling us with what we need. And exhaling away what we no longer want. All right, let's open our eyes. Before we stand up and get warmed up, we're going to try just one seated warm up. I just want to warm up a little bit and continue to breathe. So we're going to bring our arms out and up nice and slow with our inhale, and then bring them down to center to namaste. So just a few rounds of reaching out and up and bringing it right to our heart. So let's imagine that we're continuing to gather up what we need to bring ourselves back into balance, into a peaceful place, and bringing it right into our heart. 3 more of those. Last one. Beautiful. Hands rest on your knees for a moment. We're going to just turn our heads to the side. This is a warm up for our neck, just gentle and slow. 3 times each way. And then chin down and chin up. And then take that chin to the right shoulder and bring it around and down to the left. Then go back the other way. One more time. Okay, back to center. I mentioned we're going to do some warm up for our bodies standing today. So the first thing I want you to be aware of is just let's wake up our feet, because standing will require a little bit of balance too. So just rock your feet, lifting up your heel, spreading your toes, just gently rolling your ankles around, making sure they're warmed up. And then at the same time, let's see if we can do both spreading our palm and working our wrists. So we're just warming things up, and go both directions if you can. There's no real formal way to do this. We're just warming up those little parts of our body that we sometimes forget we need to stand and to balance. All right, so scooching forward so your feet are firmly on the floor. We're going to just have our hands rest on our knees. One of the things we just need to practice is getting up from a chair properly. So we're going to work to stand up and sit. Stand up and sit. Do it 10 times. That first one didn't count, so here we go. You can breathe with it. Exhale down, inhale up. If you don't quite make it to 10, it's okay. Just do whatever you have done in the time allotted. I'm going to do 4 more. Last one. So standing up now for good. We're going to walk to the side of our chair. I'm going to turn it so that we have something to hang on to if we need it. So what I want to work on now is continuing the warm up and the breath. And maybe it would be better if it was in front of you. You're going to have to make sure you have enough room to move your arms. So you decide where that chair should be, and I'll show you what we're going to do. So what we're going to do today is continue with those inhales up and bring that to heart center, but we're just going to do it standing now. So nice tall spine. Reach those arms out. Inhale up. Bring it right into your heart. Your own pace. Big full inhales, big full exhales. 3 more. Start to move that head up with your inhale, looking up. Exhale down. So now we're going to do 3 more that way. Looking up, maybe even arching a little bit back. Bringing those hands down. Look down. Last one. Beautiful. All right, take your feet just a little bit wider than hips distance. We're going to reach around behind, and we're going to open up that chest. So we're going to either make fists here and draw the elbows back, or you can reach and interlace the fingers and then stretch the arms out. So we're opening the chest, creating a trench between our shoulder blades, keeping the back of our neck long. Big breaths. One more. And release. Shake out those arms. Move those legs a little bit. All right. So we are going to try putting a micro bend in our knees. We're going to reach up. And we're going to bring those arms down. So same thing. We're just adding a little bit of chair legs here. Here we go. Beautiful. Now let's take those arms behind, coming into a airplane chair. Palms are facing the floor here. Still a micro bend. You don't have to have a huge bend in those knees. We're going to lift that spine up. We're really warming those quads. Reaching through the fingertips. Just holding here, warming those legs, and taking some full breaths. Let's extend the arms forward and reach out. You can turn them to the side, palms face each other. Draw back through the shoulders. Breathe. Now let's take those arms out to the side, palms face the floor. Make sure the shoulders aren't creeping up by your ears. You might feel a little burn in your quads. Flip those palms up now. Keep the shoulders down away from the ears. Turn them so the palms face behind you. Draw your arms behind a little bit. And then flip them up. And stand up, reach, stretch, open up. Good job. Maybe even a little mini back bend here. A little bit further if you can. Excellent. All right, bring it out. So we're going to slide down our body nice and slow to the floor. Or if you want to use the chair base, you can do that too. Coming into a forward fold. We're going to wiggle our hips. Going to gently slide back up. Take a big reach up to the sky, a look up to the sky, a long spine, and then slide down. lift it back up your body, nice and slow, all the way up. Reach those arms out. Lift up, mini back bend. Lean back a little if you can. If you've got balance for that, lean back a little. And then we're going to come to standing. All right, using the back edge of the chair if you need it, we're going to lift up our right leg and either just kind of kick ourselves with that, just loosening up, or reach for it and actually stretch it, pointing the knee down to the floor. And then the other side, hang on if you need to. Lift that opposite leg, stretch or point it down to the floor. And release. All right, we're going to come into a little bit of a lunge here. So using our chair, we're going to bring that front leg. So let's start with our right leg if you can. Bring it in front. Walk that left leg back. So we're just going to kind of hold this lunge position. We kind of want to get our hips level, facing forward toward the chair. Lower that back heel if we can for the stretch. But it just doesn't have to be the best lunge in your front leg that you've ever had. And if that back foot needs to turn out to the side a little bit, like a warrior one would, you can do it that way. But I want that back foot flat for a moment. So we're just going to hold this lunge, lifting our spine. And then when you're ready, if you're ready, we're going to add some movement to our arms. So if you need to hang on with one hand, great. If not, we're going to go up and out. So lots of breathing today. Just lots of arm movement here with our lunge. And this actually is more of a warrior one position for the legs versus a crescent lunge right now. Back foot down. 2 more. Okay, bring those hands to the chair back. Walk that leg back a little more and lift the heel. Now we're in a crescent lunge position. So the stretch for me changes a little bit. I can now feel it on the front of my left leg. Giving you the option to hang on, to take one arm up, or to take both arms up in a full crescent lunge. You decide. Beautiful. Bring those hands down and step it forward. Shake it out. We're going to go to the other side. So we start with that warrior one legs, bending the left knee underneath, walking our right one back, turning it out slightly to the side. We're still trying to get our hips mostly going forward, but it does change that a little bit. It starts to turn to the right. So find your position for your warrior one legs. Really press down through that back heel. Keep your spine lifted. We don't want to be leaning forward fully here. Let's add some arms again. Inhaling up. Exhaling out. I keep hitting the garage door. Sorry for that noise. Really press down through that back heel. Let's do one more of those. Okay, now we're going to hang on. We're going to flip that heel up, walk the leg back a little if we need to. Choose something to do with our arms, hang on or lift up. Crescent lunge, mini back bend. Two more breaths. Beautiful. Hands to that chair, walk it forward. Walk it forward, shake it out, and then we're going to walk back and come into a downward facing dog using the back of our chair. So staying high here, aligning our ears with our arms, straightening our legs, letting our back stretch. Going to hold here. to our seated position now that we're warmed up a little throughout our body. We're going to challenge our brain a little bit here in a moment. But we're also going to work our arms. So we're going to inhale up, and at the same time, we're going to extend our legs and flex our feet. So it's an inhale up and an exhale down. So those legs are straight and those feet are flexed. And if you can lift those legs a little bit off the chair to really fire up those quads, please do. All right, we're going to try for 10. Here we go. That didn't count. That was practice. Here we go. Really flex those feet. Straighten those legs. Four more. Feeling a stretch through my calves a little bit. And release. All right, we're going to do that, and we're going to hold for 5 breaths. All right, take it up. Lift those legs out, flex. Here we go. One more breath. And release. All right, so we're going to cross arms, and we're going to point our toes and cross our legs. This is hard for me, I got to admit. I'm going to scooch forward just a little bit because I don't want to be connected to the back of my chair. Let's just try arms first. So over, we're going to just take those arms out, one over the other, just the same one. Do it 3 times. Now the other side goes on top. Okay, now let's go back to that first side. So it's a right side and it's right leg. See if we can do it. 3 times. Point your toes. This is hard. I don't know how they make it look so easy on videos. All right, other side. Left one's going on top. Woo. All right, let's try it again on the right side. Right. Now let's go left. Right. Left. Just a few more. Two more. And release. Whew. That's hard for me, guys. I gotta admit it. Okay, let's go goddess. We're gonna go wide knees. So let's come to the edge of the chair. Put the feet down, wide knees. Get those arms out into our goddess. We're gonna hold our goddess here from the chair. Breathe. Now we're going to take those elbows as we breathe, and we're going to bring them forward. Open, and we're really doing it with power. So getting those elbows closer together, drawing that power from our shoulders. I'm exhaling forward and inhaling back. I'm not sure if that's proper, but that's what feels right to me. It's almost like a seated cat-cow, but I'm doing much more from my shoulders. 3 more. Beautiful. And release. Shake that out. All right, we're going to start to rotate our torso and spine. So choose a direction. Lean out. Make sure you're stable. Take a big circle from your head to your hips. And then circle the opposite way. Head is reaching out away from your body. Okay, gonna move into sunflowers, taking it up, leaning that head out, sweeping down. My body is cracking and popping. I'm not sure if you can hear that. I hope not. One more. And now we're going to add that rotation. So we just warmed up that rotation. So choose the side, bring it around. Make sure your head is extending out from your body. You're using your core. Big breaths. One more this direction, and then go the opposite way. Two more. Okay. Big star. Reach those arms out opposite directions. Take the knees wide. Breathe. We're going to bring the hands to our legs and slide right on down to the floor. So it's an inversion. Our head is going lower than our hips. If we can, get as low as you can comfortably. Let your neck be loose. Shake your head yes and no. Feel that stretch on the inner legs. If you need to reach for down to a block or a book or something to bring the floor closer, put something in front of you to be able to press into. Start to move it around to feel good, walking your hands side to side. Stretching the side of your body a little. Walking it out in front or even under the chair behind you. Whatever feels right. I'm feeling a big stretch in my inner legs. That's what I'm going for here. And you might even feel it in your low back. All right, walking back to center. Let's walk all the way back up. Use your knees if you need to. Bring yourself back up, nice and slow. All right. So we're going to work on that getting out of our chair situation again because it works our core. So we're going to start by being seated and just pressing up onto one leg. Now you might need a little help from your hands. You don't have to stand all the way up for this one. We're just going to lift and then seat. We're going to do that 5 times. That rocking motion is using your core. Even if you're not getting up very far, you're still working it. And now we're going to switch sides. It might be easier with one leg than the other. It is for me. Okay, 5 and 5. I'm not so great at that one. Okay, so you have the option here to do the stand up. Try not to use any power of things 10 times, or to do it 5 times on each side and actually coming up onto one foot. I know that's hard for some of you, so just standing up out of the chair without using your hands would work as well. So here we go, giving you time for 5 and 5 or 10 total. Ready? Here we go. That was 5 for me. I'm going to switch sides. And I'm getting sweaty. Woo, and seat. Okay, so do y'all feel that work in your core when you're doing that? So that is the motion. That's what we need to work on to be able to continue to have our ability to get up and out of the chair, is to have that coming from our core strength. Most people will lose it there, and then they need to use their arms and other parts of their body or the rock. We can use the rock to build strength, but let's keep doing that so that we get better. One more set. I know, sorry. Okay, here we go. 5 and 5 or 10. Ready? Here we go. And that was 5, so I'm going to switch. Great job. And all right. Let's take a forward fold now. So coming to the edge of your chair, feet are however wide apart they need to be on the floor and giving you a little bit of room to get down to for a forward fold without having them super wide. Let's go up. First we're going to reach out, engage that core, and do it again. Inhale up, reach the head out, back again, one more of those. So your head is reaching away and then slowly melts all the way down to the floor. Head hangs, we're letting that low back stretch. And then let's slide it back up. Okay, we're gonna stand again. I'm definitely warmed up here. All right, let's stand again, and we're gonna work on something else that we need to be able to do all the time and to do it properly. We're gonna work on leaning down to pick something up in proper form. So, using the chair here to help us, let's pretend we dropped our keys on the floor to the right. So get in alignment so that you can reach with your right hand. So the first way to do it, the way that we should do it is to be careful of our knees, is to sink down and to extend that right arm to pick it up. Okay, you don't have to hang on, but maybe you do. If that doesn't work for you, take this right foot back a little bit so you have a little space to get down. Okay, whichever way works for you, we're going to do it 10 times. Pick up your keys. All right, are you ready? Hang on or not, to the right side. Here we go. All the way to the floor, please. Nice. So we're bending at the knee, we're sinking our hips to the right and reaching and extending that right arm. And if you have to walk that right foot back a little to give yourself some space to get down there, that's okay too. I think I lost count, but I'm going to say 2 more for me. Okay, now we're going to do the other side, so I'm going to move my chair. This is the left side's turn now to either step back if we need it or to do our extending with the left arm because we dropped our keys to the left side. Here we go. Proper form, sink, bend at the knees, tilt your hips a little, reach. Try not to hurt your knees or lose your balance. Hang on if you need to. Two more. Beautiful. Coming back to standing. All right, we're going to use the base of the chair now for a downward facing dog, getting our head a little more of an inversion. So planting your palms on the chair, walk your legs back, keep your wrists at the right angle to not hurt them. Now we're going to stretch the back of those legs and stretch out our back. So we're going lower. We're going to breathe. And then we're going to come up. We're going to tuck our right leg underneath, coming into that lunge that we've done before. So let's start with our crescent lunge position. Back heel lifted, hips level. So a good bend, a comfortable bend in that front knee. Torso lifting. If you need to turn your chair to have a higher edge, please do. But we're going to go into Warrior 2 now, spinning that back heel down. So this is where we look at heel intersects arch or heel lines up with heel, whatever it is for you that feels like a comfortable and wide and balanced stance in Warrior 2. Holding here. Reaching those arms. If you'd like to add a little more for your arms, we're going to flip palm up, palm down. So we held that chair earlier in practice a long time. We're going to hold this one for 10 breaths, strengthening those legs. Of course, you know if you need to come out of it and straighten the leg for a moment, if it's bothering your knee or something else, you can come out of it and move back in. Honor your body, but also sometimes we need to challenge it. 2 more breaths. Beautiful. Let's extend this into a reverse. So reach the left hand to the floor, raise that right one up. Maybe you want to stay upright or maybe you want to lean it over a little bit to the left. Your choice. 5 breaths. And we still got that bend in the front leg. We're going to come over and either use the chair or our knee to come into a side angle. You can keep your left hand at your hip, change your gaze, maybe you look up, maybe you look down, maybe you look straight ahead. Find a comfortable position for your neck. You can add that left arm over your ear if you want. 5 breaths here, and then we'll give our legs a break. Beautiful. Work yourself up. Use that chair if you need it. Flip the back heel up, rock it forward, shake it out. So that was a nice long hold. Build in some strength in that right leg. Now let's try left. Bringing it into your, we're going to start with that crescent lunge position. Lifting up our torso, finding our balance. And then we're going to turn it into the warrior 2 position. So spinning that back heel down, balancing out, keeping a good bend in this leg. You know we're going to be here a while. Making sure we're not leaning to the future or back to the past, but finding the center of our stance. Reach those arms out, change that gaze. If you want to add some, we're going to flip palms up, palms down. Beautiful. Now let's try a reverse. Flipping that left palm up, keeping the right side of the chest open, lifting it straight up or leaning it over a little bit to your right side. Keeping the bend in the leg as long as you can. Breathe here. Now we're going to slide it over to our side angle without kicking our booty out, using the chair or the knee. When I use the chair, I feel like I get a bit deeper stretch in my left hip, so you decide what works for you. Very nice. All right, finding the base of that chair, flipping that back heel up and rocking it forward, shaking it out. We're going to use the back of the chair for a moment if we need it for balance. So we're going to do a few balancing things here. We're going to start with the palm tree. So I never called it that before. I usually just say hold up onto the balls of your feet. We're going to go up onto the balls of our feet, hold, reach our arms out and be a palm tree. So you can add movement to your palm, to your, a breeze to those leaves, or you can just hold up and just practice balancing on the ball of your foot. Your choice. And make sure that chair is handy if you need it, or a wall. So first we lift the heels, finding our highest position we can hold. Then we add our branches, So not tree, but palm tree. If you want to add some breeze, you can practice moving those arms. Staying up high on the balls of your feet. Breathing. And release. Whew, take a moment, stretch that out, lift them up. Now we're going to go for a regular tree, so your choice to hang on or not. We're going to start with our weight on the right leg and our left knee and toes pointing out to the side. Drawing that in for your tree, staying on the floor, shin, or bypassing and coming all the way up. Move into a tree that is comfortable for you without locking out anything on the right side, and then add breeze if you want to your arms, some movement. It's okay if you wobble, because moving your arms challenges the balance of the legs, and that's okay. Two more breaths if we can. Beautiful, and release. Shake that out. We're going to switch sides now. So standing on the left leg, right knee and toes come out to the side, and we come into our regular tree, finding the leg position that works for us. Hugging into the middle, not locking out the left leg. Add your branches and move if you choose to. Three more breaths. And release. Nice work. All right, back to our chairs. Back to seated. We haven't done a lot for the twisting of our spine or anything, so we're going to work on that now. So coming into seated, feet on the floor. Let's take those arms up. Maybe you need to scooch forward a little. I do. Arms are going to come up, and we're going to twist to one side. Just easy twists for this first one. Then we'll use our chair for a deeper twist. So just get used to that twisting motion. Inhale to center. Exhale, arms go to one side. One more time, back to center and each way. Now we're going to add a little more. So we're going to come back to center. We're going to go to one side, and you're going to use either the base of the chair or the back of the chair. See if you can get a little deeper and hold this twist. Feel from belly button all the way up. Taking your gaze further to the side if you can. Make sure you can still breathe. And then release to center. Arms come up, and we're going to go the other way. Reach them up, lift them up, and exhale. Use the chair in some way to twist a little deeper from the belly. Take the gaze further to the side if you're able. Breathe. Back to center we go. We're going to hang on with our right hand. We're going to lift our left up, and we're going to lean it over. Obliques now are getting a stretch. And then switch. Lift it up, reach it up, spread the palm, and then lean. Ooh, that felt good. Let's do it one more time. Last side, up and over. And back to center. All right, little eagle arms. So we're going to take those arms out. Remember, you can hug or you can fully wrap. Right over left for the hug or the full wrap. Tilt those elbows away. Try to find a stretch across your shoulders no matter what position you're doing. You can, even if you're doing the hug, you can draw your shoulders down and away from your ears and activate that trench. Two more breaths here. Let's unwind, shake it out, move those arms around, get ready for the other side. It will be left over right. Find that power between your shoulder blades. Tilt your elbows if you're able. Breathe. Two more breaths. And release. Scooch forward, take those knees wide. We're going to do the stretch where we take our knees wide by bracing ourselves, and then we're going to lower. Look, lean, and get a big stretch down the side, through the shoulder, through the inner leg, whatever you feel. Take it one direction, and then come back and take it the other way. So the knees are staying wide. We're twisting our body a little bit. Keep going back side to side one more time, each way. And then just slowly bring your hands down to the floor in front, or whatever you need to bring the floor closer to you. We're just going to add a couple of twists here. So open to each side, stacking your arms. One more time each way. Bring your head down, just let it be a forward fold. Couple of breaths. Shaking your head now, yes and no. Walk your feet closer together and walk yourself back up to seated. Pushing back in your chair. Sitting up tall. Hands rest in your lap. We're going to take ear towards shoulder. Both sides. Stretching that neck one last time. Back to center now. Let's take those arms up. Fill ourselves with love and appreciation for our bodies and all that they do for us. Bring that right into your heart. Pause there with hands at your heart as we end practice by tuning in once again to our bodies, to our breath.